Happy birthday, dear Tauruses. This reading is for Taurus Sun, Moon, and Rising. This is for the new moon cycle in Taurus, your sun sign, which is going to be taking place from May 5th through to June 6th. So with this new moon in your first house, this is your time of the year, your own personal new moon, to set your intentions out into the universe with the promise and the hopefulness that as the cycle of the moon progresses and waxes, the energies will be behind your hopes, wishes, and dreams, and you'll be moving in rhythm with the planets. Now, we also have 5 planets retrograde this month, and one of those planets is Mercury, which is the communication planet. We know when Mercury goes retrograde, everything kind of goes a little off kilter as far as communications. Mercury just happens to be retrograding in Taurus, so while this is a period of planting seeds and of focusing on new beginnings, you may find that your efforts are a little limited, or you're running into obstacles to make progress until Mercury moves forward at the end of the month, May 22nd. Okay, so be at the drawing board, write down your plans for the end of the month, do your due diligence, do your research, so that when Mercury goes forward in Taurus, you are ready to set things in motion with lots of positive communications energy there, okay? Of course, while Mercury's retrograde, there can be miscommunications, there can be, things can get lost, we can get lost. Anything that has to do with your own personal expression, since this is in Taurus, you have to check and double check. So, not necessarily a good time to make any personal changes, say perhaps in your appearance, or to do any self-promotion at this time, because you may want to redo things when Mercury moves forward at the end of the month. Okay, now we also have a positive light that's coming through with Jupiter this month. Jupiter is one of the 5 planets retrograde. If you'd like to know how all of the 5 planets are in their retrograde motion are affecting you, please contact me for a private reading, and we can take a look at your chart and see how each of the 5 planets is affecting you personally. But Jupiter is moving forward, and that's great because Jupiter is the planet of luck and expansion, the planet that brings opportunities. And for you, Taurus, Jupiter is going to be moving forward in your 5th house. So your 5th house is the house of romance. It's one of the love houses. It is the house that covers your children. It's also the house of creativity. So any projects that you may be working on, that you've been waiting to see some type of progressive motion, you should be seeing that after the 9th. Now, of course, the caveat to that is Mercury is still retrograde. So be hopeful, be optimistic that good changes are coming. We're going to have to wait a couple more weeks just to actually see those things manifest. But also know that when Jupiter is retrograde, it is that reason for our spiritual, our material, and our personal growth. You may have experienced over the last few months since January, you may have experienced some type of setback in the romance area, or where your children are involved, or, as I said, in any creative projects. Jupiter often tests us when it's going backwards, in order to kind of intervene in situations, or maybe throw things, unexpected things in our path, with the outcome that, if we pass the tests, then we've really earned the blessings and the opportunities that are going to come through in whichever area Jupiter is showing up in your chart. And for you, again, that is in your 5th house. 5th house also talks about gambling and speculation. So, you may have experienced some kind of setbacks in that area, maybe in the stock market, or maybe, some type of financial risk that you were, putting into motion and hoping to see a return on. You may not have yet received that, or there may have been setbacks. But as I said, when Jupiter moves forward, it may just bring about the outcome that you've been hoping for, and it will be moving forward on the 9th of May. All right, so let's go ahead and see what the reading is for Taurus this month. What is the message for Tauruses for this new moon cycle in Taurus? What is the message for Taurus for this new moon cycle? Message for Taurus. Remember, this is a general reading, and you can check your rising sign as well as your moon sign. We have the 5 of Pentacles in the recent past. We've got the 4 of Pentacles reversed covering. In the present, we've got the King of Swords in the reversed in the near future. We have the Magician reversed crowning, which is also the advice card. We have the Knight of Cups coming up in the area ruling other people or external influences in our life. We have the Knight of Swords in our hopes and fears area. And we have Death reversed in the outcome here. And at the base of the deck, we have the 2 of Pentacles. All right, so let me just take a look here. All right, so what it looks like, Taurus, is that, the predominant suit here is Pentacles and Swords. So, you may have been experiencing, as I said earlier, some type of setbacks on an investment or a financial situation that you were hoping for. There may have been, something that you were expecting on a financial scale that has either not come through or has been delayed. The 5 of Pentacles in the recent past, it talks about financial difficulties or, strains, limitations in your material life. So you may have had to work with less than you usually have. You may have been, not received support that you were hoping for. There may be the feeling, of wondering how you're going to cover all the expenses that you've been, that you have responsibility for. And that situation is very much kind of rocking your sense of stability right now. The 4 of Pentacles is showing up reversed in the present situation. So this could very likely have something to do with a home or property. Again, it could have to do with some type of investment that you have that you've made, and I feel that because of this setback, there is a true feeling in you of destabilization right now. Okay, like your foundations are not secure. At the base of the deck here is the 2 of Pentacles, and so you really have been juggling. You have been, it might be a situation where money is coming in, but it's also going out as fast as it's coming in. You have a lot on your plate, a lot that you are trying to balance and keep all of the, all the balls in the air as you're juggling these things. Now, the the King of Swords is showing up in the near future, so this would be the first 2 weeks of this new moon cycle. And the King of Swords is an air sign energy. It can be Gemini, Libra, or Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Okay, this could be male or female. And I feel that it's perhaps this person in your life that has been the source of stress for you, okay, where your financial picture is concerned. You may have been waiting on this king to help you and to come through. You may have been waiting for information from this person. And I feel like in some way, either the person is out of touch, not responding, or not responding in a positive or supportive way for you. This was what I see the energy is going to be the next 2 weeks. So you may still be trying to get some type of resolution from this king. Now, this could be a business associate, it could be an employer, it could possibly be a partner or a romantic partner, with the 5th house highlighted here with Jupiter. It's very possible that this is someone that you've met recently, or that you, have created some type of connection to. But what may have initially started out as a good partnership or a balanced partnership is now, kind of shaky for you. And there may be, this is who I call the cutting king. So cutting in the sense of someone who can be a little heavy-handed, maybe biting, sarcastic in the way that they communicate when they're upside down. Someone who may be all for his or her own goals and his or her own cause, and very tunnel vision, and can be difficult to deal with because there can be bad temper there. This king can be combative and very critical, and this is sometimes the king that doesn't have anything nice to say. So what's crowning here? Well, we have the Magician in the reverse position, which is at the top of the reading here. This is also your advice card. It is very possible that this king has some type of double dealing going on. The Magician reverse can refer to someone who is not above board, who may be doing some type of dealings under the table. The king has a lot of power. The Magician has a lot of power, skill, abilities. Can really have control over all of the elements: the cup, the sword, the wand, and the pentacles. Sometimes when this Magician shows up reversed, this king or this Magician can be doing things, in a fraudulent manner, or in a way that you are not fully aware of their intentions, or of their of who they really are. So it's important for you, if this situation is something that's happening in your life, that you really investigate this person that may be around you, to make sure that that person is in your corner and that they are who they say they are, because there can possibly be some trickery going on, or I'm getting the message that came to me just now is pocketing. This is someone who may be pocketing the proceeds, okay, whatever that may mean. This could be someone who is pocketing those pentacles that you have been waiting for or holding out for, and the lack of that support is is really destabilizing you right now. So important very much to check this Magician, who I feel is possibly this king. Check them out and make sure that you know what their intentions are and what they're doing, if they are in any way involved with your personal affairs. In the area that rules other people and external influences in your life, we have a Page of Cups. Whoever this Page of Cups is to you, I feel like they have a message for you, and it is a positive message. It's going to be coming through likely within the next 2 to 3 weeks, and it's something that's going to help you out in this situation. So I feel like it could be some reassuring message, some reassuring information for you, which will give you more hopefulness and more of a stable feeling about your current situation. And again, this may revolve around finances. This page, as I said, it could be a relative, it could be a son or daughter. You know, pages are male or female. So look out, be on the lookout, be open and receptive to some important information that's going to come through to you from a loved one or from someone who is emotionally connected to you, okay? And it could happen very quickly and kind of out of the blue, so you know, you don't want to miss it when it comes, especially with Mercury being retrograde in your first house. You know, check and recheck, review if you're not quite sure what the information is that you're being given. Ask again, you know, clarify, and make sure that you have a good understanding, so you know that this may just alleviate some of the instability that you're feeling because of this kind of up and down situation and the pressure you've been under to juggle things. Now, in your hopes and fears area, we have the Knight of Swords here. The Knight of Swords talks about fear of change. It could be, it could also be, you know, as a fear, it can be the fear of change. But what I feel here is that this Knight also can represent an air sign in your life, Libra, Aries, or, I'm sorry, Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. You know, you could be hoping for assistance from, you know, from another person in your life, a younger energy. Male or female, but the Knight of Swords often bring and represent change that happens very quickly. So I feel that you are hoping for a positive change. You're hoping that the situation is going to be resolved quickly. You know, you're hoping that it's going to be resolved quickly in your favor, and hoping for support. Very much Knights, especially the Knight of Swords, is someone that has your back, that is in your corner, that is brave and you know, supportive, you know, that has your cause and will carry your cause through for you. So someone who is definitely in your corner. In the outcome here, we have the Death card reversed. And what I'm feeling is that, you know, you're wanting for this change to happen very quickly, but it's very possible that you're going to need to wait a little longer before you see the progress that you're hoping for, okay? Because when Death is here, it means that transformation is imminent. Change is imminent. Growth and transformation of a situation, you know, moving from one phase to the next is imminent. However, there may be some delay. There may be reasons for a delay that are, you know, moving things slower than usual. As I said, with 5 planets, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, all retrograde right now, we're all experiencing the same type of waiting period. So this is a waiting period for you as well. What I feel is that, you know, by the new moon in June, the new moon in Gemini, you may start to see movement, but it may take a little bit longer for it to, you know, to actually show the progress that you're looking for. I'm getting June 10th. I'm getting between June 10th and June 13th. So look to that period for some type of forward movement in your situation, okay? In the meantime, be patient. Don't lose the faith. Keep juggling, you know, what you are doing. You're doing a great job. with the responsibilities and all of the pressures that you have on you, and make sure that you are investigating and checking up on anyone in your life in the next 2 weeks that you may have entrusted with information, or that you are hoping to come through for you, because, as I said, it's very possible that there's something going on undercover that you need to bring out into the open. So you may need to ask some hard questions and to confront people, but do it in a way that's balanced. Don't do it in an aggressive manner. Be careful what you say, especially with Mercury retrograde in Taurus. You want to be careful of the words that you're saying and the way that you're expressing yourself. Words can be misunderstood and miscued, okay? So that is your reading for this new moon cycle in your sign, Taurus. Again, happy birthday to my sun sign, Tauruses. I would love to be able to do a birthday reading for you, a private reading, so please contact me. This is a channel that I do appreciate all of your support with. Thank you for liking and sharing the videos and subscribing to my channel. And as always, I thank you again, and I wish you love, peace, and joy, and I bid you until next